I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
What I discovered that she was hunting for a man in England. She wanted wealth and she wanted fame, and she targeted Harry.
And this was the most savage dig yet. They actually call her a Watch this.
Yeah.
Okay. King Charles visited the U.S. to mark the 250th anniversary of American independence from Britain and to seek the release of a British hostage being held by an American
I tried so hard. Did you like it?
I'm almost speechless.
$200 million. 2 major studios. One massive Hollywood comeback that the whole world was supposed to believe in. And then everything fell apart.
What's the title of her show? Love Meghan. For what? To watch? Who wants to watch Meghan Markle bake a pie?
A show that finished the entire year sitting at number 383 on the charts. 383.
Oh my gosh, I worked so hard.
Shut up. You're an idiot.
Comedians have been circling this story for a while, and that was the moment they finally got their opening, and none of them held back.
Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things. After 6 episodes, I wanted to attack them.
There was no punchline, no setup. He simply went through her track record out loud. That alone was enough to shift the entire energy in the room. Once the door opened, every other comedian walked right through it. And at the very end came one line that cut deeper than anything else. And it came from someone who actually knew Harry personally.
Meghan Markle was there, who's a huge celebrity.
Yeah, you guys love Suits.
Specifically, Prince Harry loves Suits.
Yeah.
He used it like Tinder.
Yeah.
What makes Carr so effective is that he never sounds angry. The most brutal observations come out of his mouth in the same flat, relaxed tone you'd use to read a grocery list.
Prince William or Prince Harry?
Prince William or Prince Harry? Well, the royal family, right, if you can imagine, they're like our Kardashians. Prince Harry is very much our Kanye. He occasionally dresses as a Nazi, and he fucked up.
One sentence, and suddenly the whole thing clicked. This stopped being a story about a monarchy a long time ago. It became a reality show, just with significantly better hats.
Harry and Meghan say they'd now like to split their time between spending your money in the UK and spending your money in Canada.
Your money, not theirs, yours. And that one detail is what lit the whole thing on fire.
Donald Trump has had enough of them. He's privately savaged Prince Harry during King Charles's visit to America. Trump remarked to a British visitor when the conversation turned to Harry, "Can you take him back?" Everyone is fed up with the grifters. I mean, Trump has clearly had enough of the woe is me, ginger and whinger.
Did you like it?
I'm gonna come.
You can recover from a lot of things in Hollywood. What is far harder to recover from is the quiet, persistent belief that you were never actually as talented as people once thought. And that is exactly the judgment that keeps following them.
We love American telly. My brother's fiance, Miss Meghan Markle, is on the American program Suits.
Yes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m, USA Network. Check it out. She's amazing in it. Yeah.
Right. The only difference between that show and this is people watch this one.
Oh, hilarious.
People did watch that one. And even then, it felt less like genuine enthusiasm and more like polite tolerance.
I know who Kate Middleton is.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah, fine.
Great mum. Whenever the kids are being fussy and not going to bed, she puts on an episode of Suits and they're out. So.
What are you doing?
Ow! Stop it! Stop it!
Just give him a wet willy?
Yes, in England it's called a moist Matthew.
But here is the part that no amount of spin can erase. She got the comeback. She got access to platforms that thousands of actresses in Los Angeles would trade anything for. The real question became, what did she actually do with them?
The intention of the show was to share more of myself.
You keep saying Meghan Markle, you know I'm Sussex now.
To share tips that I love in my life.
When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The Netflix show launched in 2025, and the reviews were ice cold from the very beginning. A 36% critic score. And the audience reaction was somehow even worse, which made the whole thing impossible to ignore.
This woman is being paid millions of dollars to show how to cut into a pineapple.
How bad that trailer, that seems like the worst show that I've ever heard of.
I love a bad watch. I love a good bad watch. This is not that. This is really grueling to get through.
Yeah. It did not even crack Netflix's top 300 for the entire year. It landed at number 383. Season 2 made even less of a dent, and plenty of people made sure to point that out.
My look. Look. She likes my look.
Your fashion is like one of my favorite things.
It's the biggest piece of dog
The multi-million-dollar Netflix deal that everyone expected to be a massive success was reportedly not renewed. For a lot of people, that outcome came as a genuine surprise.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by Netflix.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Then came the Spotify chapter. One series, 12 episodes, and then it was over. The executive on the other side of that deal did not choose his words carefully when he later commented on it.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
The nearest thing Meghan Markle ever had to a billion-dollar idea was marrying a prince.
He called them grifters, outright. And the remarkable part is that this came from the same man whose company had written the check.
I'm going to pose this question to you. You do a lot of business deals, a lot of negotiations.
I do.
Well, let's just.
I wish I'd been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them. I got to get drunk.
He called them grifters, outright. And the remarkable part is that this came from the same man whose company had written the check.
Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Yeah, that's totally me.
There is one word that seems to follow this couple absolutely everywhere. Privacy. And no matter where the conversation goes, people keep bringing it back.
We want privacy. We want privacy.
They stepped back from public life, reportedly in search of more privacy. Then they filmed it, shared it publicly, and people were quick to point out the obvious contradiction.
Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving twife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving twife has always wanted her privacy. And you know what else? To hell with Canada. We are leaving. We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people. Come on, wife.
It was compared to someone standing with a megaphone demanding to be left alone. In just 90 seconds, South Park managed to capture the entire debate more sharply than most opinion pieces ever did.
And South Park said what 1,000 columns couldn't.
In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi. Ooh. Mm-hmm. But not too far.
Far from the paparazzi, but not too far. 5 words. And somehow that summed up everything people had been trying to say for months.
Best way to have a snack is to take the snack out of one bag and then move them into another bag and then label this new bag, even though this bag already has a label on it.
Nobody is saying she did anything wrong, but critics keep making the same argument, that she has a habit of presenting the most ordinary, everyday things as though they are some kind of revelation. And that gap has become a constant talking point.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H. What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
I said H was H was out. H has been, H has been, H called me in with H, and H was out, and with H.
Then Bill Maher zeroed in on what he saw as the single biggest contradiction running through the whole thing, and it got a lot of attention.
They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention. And then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
An entire book about not wanting attention, available wherever books are sold. That irony became one of the most repeated talking points among critics and comedians alike.
Oh my God, that hat. Oh God. He's so hot. Look at him. Isn't Prince Harry? She bagged a fox.
Beneath all the branding and the privacy talk, most comedians kept circling back to the same core theme. They argued the entire public image was built on grievance, on a constant sense of being wronged. And that became the engine for joke after joke. Then Kelly Osbourne stepped in with a remark that stopped people mid-scroll.
I think he's a
twat. He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me. I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems. Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's life is hard.
Everybody's life is hard. Simple as that. And it hit differently because it came from someone recognizable, someone who said it plainly, without softening it at all.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story, I hate them.
Even John Oliver, not exactly someone known for conservative takes, weighed in with commentary that many viewers read as a sign of growing skepticism. Then there was the American audience, the group that was widely expected to be their biggest supporters. The reaction turned out to be far more complicated than anyone predicted.
I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should. The one person who I think has been really happy about all of this is Prince Andrew. I'm guessing that he has been nudging the royal family. Can you believe what Meghan did, huh? Can you believe it? Dragging this family's name into disrepute, shaming us.
And this is where a lot of people say their patience runs out. Positioning yourself as a victim is not a personality. It is not a long-term strategy. They were handed an extraordinary platform, recognition, resources, global sympathy, an audience ready to listen. And yet the loudest message people kept hearing was how difficult everything had been for them.
Clearly, Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give a America don't give about you.
A lot of people care. They got a Netflix
We never
show.
cared about nothing that had to do with y'all. We do not give a we don't care.
Baby fake.
At that point, it stopped sounding like a roast. It started sounding like a genuine observation.
She does not have friends. She does not care about other human beings. She only wants power. And the only way that she feels that she can get it is by leveraging her relationships with certain people. That's not friendships.
This was the subject almost every big name avoided completely. But one comedian went straight for it. One of the biggest names in stand-up walked onto a Netflix stage and tackled the most sensitive part of this entire story head-on. And the conversation that followed was massive.
Look at that face. She's not happy.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard to be pretty. So your life is so hard. You're a princess.
When one of the most respected comedians alive turns a major controversy into a comedy bit, the public conversation shifts in a way that is very hard to reverse. Once a crowd is laughing, it is nearly impossible to change the mood. Carr then stepped back from the jokes entirely and asked one question that went straight to the heart of everything.
Everybody trying to be a victim. Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady, just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery and still going on complaining, acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
Wallis Simpson, the American divorcee whose relationship with the king ultimately led to his abdication, had long been blamed for triggering one of the monarchy's most serious crises.
They're so racist. They're so racist. Some of the shit she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit. Because she's complaining. I'm like, what the f*** she talking about? No, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's going to be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know.
Some commentators took it even further, calling Wallis Simpson the original Meghan Markle. Whether you agree with that comparison or not, it reframed the entire conversation. Suddenly, this was not just a modern story. It looked like a pattern the palace had dealt with before. Carr then laid out his theory on how a man, a prince, a decorated soldier, could end up this heavily influenced by someone else.
What do Mark Zuckerberg, Wallis Simpson, and Adolf Hitler all have in common?
Carr's argument was that Harry spent his entire life having his decisions shaped by the royal institution. When he walked away from it, he did not walk away from needing that kind of influence. He just found a new source for it. And that is why critics keep coming back to the comparison that those in Montecito probably find most uncomfortable: his brother William.
Wallis Simpson, she was a divorced American lady and she caused the king to abdicate because he wanted to be with her. Do you remember?
So she's like vintage Meghan, old school Meghan.
That is a great way to describe Wallis Simpson. She's the original Meghan Markle.
Nothing to deliver. That was her verdict. She pointed to number 383 as her evidence. And then she said one more thing, something that reportedly left her own co-hosts completely silent.
No more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that.
Right away, Megs.
Nothing to deliver. That was her verdict. She pointed to number 383 as her evidence. And then she said one more thing, something that reportedly left her own co-hosts completely silent.
Queen is there, like she's in my eye line. Yeah. And I say, look, everyone backstage is really nervous because we're going to meet royalty later on, and you know, what's the etiquette? And then I looked at the Queen and just went, just call me Mr. Carr.
That's hilarious.
And then 5 hours later, we're backstage. We're not backstage, we're in Buckingham Palace having a drinks thing.
Yeah.
And I get a tap on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's Prince William. And he goes, Mr. Carr? It's very sweet.
We know what that means.
That's LA. She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world. And now she's over there and she's like, if she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She's just got lucky.
Nothing to deliver. That was her verdict. She pointed to number 383 as her evidence. And then she said one more thing, something that reportedly left her own co-hosts completely silent.
I just think the proof is in the pudding, in the sense you've been handed the world and every major contract, you had podcasts, you have all of this, and you didn't deliver because
There's nothing to deliver.
Yeah, because you don't have it.
She was pointing to a contrast that she found impossible to ignore. On one side, Harry's past controversies. On the other, his current public messaging around values and personal growth. Her point was that the distance between those two versions of the same person is exactly what critics and comedians have been focused on this entire time.
Yeah, you were the prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope?
Of course, it's easier to bet on yourself when, despite publicly failing repeatedly, whether it's Spotify or American Riviera Orchard or whatever, there's somebody waiting in the wings to give you another break because of the man you're married to, because of your proximity to the British royal family. Yeah, it's easy to bet on yourself. People keep giving you a chance despite the fact that you fail. The return on investment is not there. You lack the work ethic required to function in today's society where everybody is somebody.
This was never really about one show underperforming or one podcast deal falling through. What comedians kept returning to was the bigger picture. The idea that presenting yourself as deeply relatable while living a life most people can barely imagine is a contradiction that is very hard to sustain. From Jimmy Carr to Chris Rock to Kelly Osbourne, each one brought a different angle. But they were all reflecting conversations that were already happening. The numbers and the mixed reactions simply gave those conversations more fuel. So, which one landed hardest for you? Was it Carr, Chris Rock, Kelly Osbourne, or someone else entirely? Let us know in the comments. And if you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from Royal Daily Report.